Good morning students, welcome back to my next video on sources of recruitment. Beta, we have already done the process of staffing. There are three components in that staffing process which require elaborate discussion. Those three components are recruitment, selection and training. In this video, we will be discussing about recruitment and its sources. Recruitment, as you know, it is a process of searching for prospective candidates and stimulating them, motivating them, encouraging them to apply for the vacant jobs in the organization. We try to attract as many applicants as possible. We try to create a large pool of candidates so that we can select the best out of them. That's why it is called a positive process, because our efforts, our intention is to attract as many applicants as possible. Now, there are different sources of recruitment. There are mainly two sources of recruitment. One is internal source, another is external source. Let us discuss about internal sources first. In internal sources we have further two sources, that is transfers and promotions. One is transfers, another is promotion. Let us discuss these sources. Transfer means movement of employee, or you can say shifting of employee from one job to another, from one department to another, or you can say from one shift to another shift. For example, a clerk is transferred from purchase department to accounts department. He is moving at a horizontal level. That is called transfer. You can see it refers to shifting of an employee from one job to another, one department to another, without a substantial change in the responsibilities and status of the employee. It may result to change in duties and responsibilities. Working conditions may also vary, but not necessarily salary. Generally, there is no change in the salary status of the employee. There might be a little change in the working conditions or duties and responsibilities of the person. For example, I am working here as a examination in charge in KV1. In case I get transferred to KV3, I might get some another charge like admission in charge. They might make me admission in charge or CC in charge. That means there might be a bit change in the duties and responsibilities or working conditions, but the salary or status of the person remains the same. It is a horizontal movement of employees. They move at the same level. It is a good source of filling the vacancies with employees from overstaffed department. In case one department has more employees, surplus employees than it requires, what can we do? We can shift the surplus employees from overstaffed department to those departments where there is shortage of staff. So transfer helps in solving the problem of overstaffing and understaffing. It can also be used as training of employees for different jobs. Now we see the next internal source, that is promotion. It refers to shifting of employee to a higher position, carrying higher responsibility. Higher responsibility means higher authority. Higher means more facilities, higher status, more pay. Everything is more. More authority, more responsibility, more power, more status, more pay, better position. Fine. It is vertical shifting of employee, that is upward shifting of employees. It improves the motivation, loyalty and satisfaction of employees. When they get promoted, their ego needs are satisfied. Fine. They remain motivated. Psychological impact होता है उन पे. It has great psychological impact on the employees, because promotion at higher level may lead to a chain of promotions at lower levels in the organization. For example, if there is one employee who is already working at level 2 and he gets promoted to the level 1, then what will happen? His position at level 2 will remain vacated. We can fill that position from a person who will be get promoted to the level 2. Level 2 वाला level 1 पे चला गया बेटा, and the person who was working at level 2 level 3, he will get promoted to level 2. Similarly, the position at level 3 will get vacated, and we can again promote another person from level 4 to level 3. Thus, it creates a chain of promotions in the organizations. Everybody gets a chance to get promoted because we are not considering outside sources for recruitment. Okay, so we have discussed two sources of recruitment under internal sources, that is transfers and promotion. Now let us see the benefits of internal sources, merits as well as demerits. The first merit of internal sources is that it motivates employees. It motivates the employees because generally when it is done on merit basis, it has a great psychological impact on the employee. They feel elated, they feel motivated, they want to put their best in the organization. Next merit is it simplifies selection and placement. Selection and placement, it also gets simplified. Candidates which are already working in organization, they can be evaluated more accurately. Generally in selection process, experts are hired. Fine. So it requires a lot of money as well as time. We can save this money on selection and placement as existing employees, they have already undergone selection test. They've already gone all those procedure of selection, that is tests, interviews, references and all that. We can save our money as well as time. Okay. Next is it is a tool of training for the employees. It prepares employees for higher job positions. We need not give them any induction training because they are already aware with the existing culture, rules, policies of the organization, with the fellow beings. They know them very well. So it acts as a tool of training. Next merit is adjustment of surplus staff. We can shift employees from surplus department to another department where there is shortage of staff. So it helps in adjusting surplus staff. Next, it is economical. Why it is economical? Because we do not have to spend any money on advertisement, selection. So it is an economical source for the organization. Now, what are the demerits of internal sources? No fresh talent. One of the biggest demerits is no fresh talent, no vibrant, no innovative ideas. Organization has to be satisfied with existing manpower who have been doing work with old, outdated methods. They don't accept the changes easily. They are not very dynamic and energetic as young and new people are. So there's no fresh talent in the organization. Next demerit is employees may become lethargic. They may become lethargic if they are sure of time-bound promotions. They don't take much initiative in the job then. They sit and relax because they know that they are bound to be promoted sooner or later. They don't take much interest in the job. It is an incomplete source. Why it is called incomplete source? Because we have shifted employees from lower to higher level step by step. It will create a vacancy at the lowest level. When the person at the lowest level is promoted, we have no one to fill that position because there is no other level below that from where we can recruit the candidates. We have to depend on external sources. In that case, we cannot fill all the vacancies through internal sources. So that's why we say that it is incomplete source. May reduce productivity. Frequent transfers of the employees, it may reduce the productivity as they might not be able to adjust to the new department. Again and again they are being transferred, so it will reduce their productivity. And the last demerit is spirit of competition may be hampered. It will reduce competitive spirit as they are aware of their time-bound promotions, because they know they don't have to compete with any outsider. They have to compete with the fellow beings only. So the spirit of competition, it gets affected. They don't feel much. They don't work in a competitive, dynamic way. Fine. Now comes the external sources of recruitment. There are various sources under this category. One is direct recruitment, then labor contractors, casual callers, employment exchange, advertising, web publishing, recommendation of employees, placement agencies and management consultants, and the last is campus recruitment. Let us discuss these one by one. The first one is direct recruitment. Now, what is direct recruitment? Under this method, a notice is placed on the notice board of the organization. Fine. This notice will specify the details of the job available. Details of the job available. Job seekers, they will assemble outside the business premises on the specified date and selection is done on the spot. For example, organization need one driver, 4 cleanliness helpers, 2 peons. Then organization may place a notice on the outside the organization specifying the vacancies and will ask the interested people to assemble on a particular date and time outside the organizations. So job seekers will assemble outside the organization on the mentioned date and time. We can select the candidates on the spot. There is no formal interview and all that. It is suitable only for unskilled or semi-skilled jobs. Generally, casual vacancies are filled through this source. It is suitable for unskilled and semi-skilled job. Further, it is said that it is inexpensive method. Why it is inexpensive? Because we don't have to spend any money on advertisement. Just a notice is required. That's all. Next source of recruitment is labor supplier. Labor contractors, you can say. Who are labor contractors, beta? They are employees of the organization itself. They have contacts, their personal contacts in the villages. Through those contacts, they can supply a large number of workers at a very short notice. For example, organization has received a big order, an export order, and it has to make available the goods in a very short span of time. So it needs a large number of workers for that. What organizations do? They contact the labor contractor and who in turn arrange the required number of labor for the organization. Labor contractors, they maintain close contact with laborers and they can provide the required number of unskilled workers on short notice. Okay. One main demerit of this source is that if labor contractor leaves the organization, labor will also leave. Okay, that is the biggest demerit of this source. Further, this source is used only where we need unskilled labor. Okay, not suitable for skilled or semi-skilled jobs. Next source of recruitment is casual callers. What is casual callers? Many reputed business organizations keep a database of unsolicited applicants in their offices. What is this unsolicited? Unsolicited means uninvited. Company has not given any advertisement for any vacancy. Fine. Suppose you have done your studies. Now you want to do job and support your family. What will you do? You can go to different organizations in search of job and submit your resume and biodata. Even if there is no vacancy in the organization, you request them to keep their biodata with them. What organizations does? Organization can keep all such applications in a file and maintain a database. Whenever there is a need, company may call suitable candidates out of that file. Okay. Such job seekers, they can be a valuable source of manpower for the organization. A list of such job seekers can be prepared and screened to fill the vacancies as and when they arise. Okay. So casual callers, they are unsolicited applicants, uninvited, without any advertisement on the part of company. They submit their biodata in search of job. Company may consider at future such candidates for further selection in the organization. Next source is employment exchange. Employment exchange, they are run by the government and they are regarded as a good source of recruitment for both skilled and unskilled operative jobs. In some cases, compulsory notification of vacancies is required in employment exchange. Okay, they act as a link between job seekers and employees. They act as a mediator between job seeker and job provider. How they operate, how they work. Job seekers have to register themselves in employment exchange. Any organization who is in need of, for example, is in need of software engineers, they may contact employment exchange to know the number of software engineers registered with them. Employment exchange may refer names of such suitable candidates. So it is acting as an intermediate between job seekers and job providers. That is another source of recruitment for the organization, suitable for skilled and semi-skilled jobs. Next source of recruitment is advertisement. Advertisement in newspapers or trade and professional journals is generally used when a wider choice is required. Why wider choice? Because newspaper, magazines, journals, they are mass media read by large number of people. So large number of people may apply. We might get a flood of response. We might get a large number of applicants. We get a wider choice to choose from. Fine, it may bring a flood of response and many times from quite unsuitable candidates. What is being said, that sometimes we receive response from unqualified candidates. Large number of applicants, they apply for the job position and it might become difficult for the organization to handle them. Okay, organization may not be able to deal with all such candidates. Now the next source of recruitment is web publishing. Web publishing is a very popular source nowadays. There are certain websites which are specifically designed and dedicated for the purpose of providing information about both job seekers and job opening, like Naukri.com, Monster.com. Websites are very commonly visited both by the prospective employees and the organization in search of suitable jobs. Now the next source is recommendation of employees. Recommendation of employees. Here applicants are introduced by the present employees or their friend and relatives may prove to be a good source of recruitment for the organization. Some reputed existing employees may suggest the names of certain known persons, friends or relatives. Considering the credibility of the existing employee, organization may consider such recommended person for the job because he is known to one of their existing employee. Further, organization may count on the existing employee for performance of such candidate. So such applicants are likely to be good employees because their background is sufficiently known and the candidate background is known as well as the candidate, and they would try to candidate will try to satisfy both. Next source of recruitment is placement agencies and management consultants. They also act as intermediate between job seekers and job providers. Placement agencies provide a nationwide service to match personnel demand and supply. These agencies compile biodata of a large number of candidates and recommend suitable name to their clients. Organization may contact such agencies or consultants in order to look for prospective candidates to fill vacant job positions. Okay, management consultants help the organization to recruit technical, professional and managerial personnel. Now, why do they act as intermediate between job seekers and job providers? What benefit do they get? Generally, what happens, for example, they strike a deal between job seekers and the organization. Like they may say, we'll fix up an interview for you. To the job seeker, they might say, we'll fix up an interview for you. If it works out, we'll give you have to give us a particular amount of compensation or commission. Similarly, they also charge fee from the organization, like maybe 1 month salary in return of providing a suitable candidate to them. So they take benefit from both the sides. Okay. Next source of recruitment is campus recruitment. Campus recruitment. It is most suitable for technical jobs. Colleges and institutes of management and technology, they have become a popular source of recruitment for technical, professional and managerial jobs. Many big organizations maintain a close link with the universities, vocational schools, management institutes to recruit qualified personnel. But you must have seen people select professional colleges on the basis of their campus placement. If placement of a college is very good, that is big companies are coming to select the candidates, then definitely I'll prefer to study in that college because my job prospects, they are bright over there. How campus recruitment works: professional education institutes, they call different companies in their own building, in their own campus. They conduct interview of final year students and select prospective candidates before completion of their degree, of course subject to certain conditions. It helps the organization to get young talented candidates with latest knowledge. Now we'll discuss the merits and demerits of external sources. But whatever were the demerits of internal sources, they are the merits of external sources. Like competitive spirit. In internal sources we did that there is no competitive spirit, that was demerit. But here it is a merit, competitive spirit, because employees, they have to compete with outsiders. They know organization can hire candidates from outside the organization also. They try to improve upon their performance. They want to give better performance so that instead of choosing from outside sources, company may refer them. So it creates a feeling of competition among the existing employees in the organization. Next is wider choice. Company gets a wider choice. In internal sources, they had a limited choice. Out of the available candidates in the organization, they have to select one. Fine. But in external sources, they have a wider choice. Throughout the country, any person can apply and we can select any person, any suitable person. They get a better choice to select the candidates. Next is qualified personnel. We can choose qualified, capable people because we are not bound to select from the available candidates in the organization. We'll select the best candidate. We conduct a rigorous selection procedure to select the candidate. We conduct their tests, we conduct their interviews, we check their references so that we get the best out of the available ones. Fresh talent. We get new employees with fresh knowledge, with vibrant, innovative ideas who are energetic to do more work in the organization. Next, it is a complete source. How it is a complete source? Because when we fill the positions through promotion, our lower level positions, they get vacated. Fine, one by one, step by step positions, they are being upgraded or they are being candidates are being promoted. The position at the lowest level gets vacated. If we can choose external sources, we can fill that position from external sources also. Fine. External sources is the complete source because we can select as many number of applicants as we desire. There is no limit. That's why it is called a complete source. Now, what are the demerits of external sources? This is a costly process, beta. We have to spend a lot of money on advertisement, on notification of vacancies. Further, we have to select. For selection, we have to hire professionals. So it requires lot of money and lot of time. Lengthy process. Recruitment from external sources is a time-consuming process. Next, it creates dissatisfaction among existing staff. Existing staff may get dissatisfied with the organization policy of choosing from external sources because they think that they are not being promoted. They don't stand any chance to get promotion at the higher position. They get dissatisfied from the organization. Their motivation level, it gets reduced. So these are the merits and demerits of external sources of recruitment. Hope you have understood the topic. Thanks, beta. Thanks for watching the video.